In the introduction of The Sun Also Rises, narrator Jake Barnes tells the story of a group of disillusioned expatriates living in post-World War I Europe, searching for meaning as they travel, drink, and party. Jake had sustained an injury that made him impotent. He begins by describing his fellow writer and companion, Robert Cohn, who was a top boxer in college. Jake doesn't really like Cohn, but he tolerates him, even after Cohn falls for Jake's great love, Lady Brett Ashley. Brett, a divorced socialite, was a nurse during the war and cared for Jake after his injury. Jake spends little time working, preferring to party and drink with Cohn and the American writer Bill Gorton. While at a dance club one evening, Jake runs into Brett. The two sneak away to drink privately. Brett reveals she loves Jake, but is unwilling to give up sex to be with him. The two kiss and then part ways. In the rising action, Cohn claims to be in love with Brett. It turns out he and Brett have had a brief affair in San Sebastian. Brett is sick of Cohn, but Cohn feels the complete opposite about her. Jake insists Brett will marry Mike Campbell, an alcoholic Scotsman whom she also nursed back to health during the war. Jake plans a fishing trip with Bill in southern France. Mike and Brett ask if they can join the fishing trip, and Jake agrees. They also decide to attend the fiesta in Pamplona, Spain, and watch the bullfighting. Jake and Bill pass a peaceful 5 days in southern France, fishing and playing cards. The rest of their friends never show up. Brett and Mike are running late, as usual, and Cohn has decided to stay behind in Bayonne, France, to wait for Brett. They are all reunited in Pamplona, where Mike, Cohn, and Jake vie for Brett's attention. Jake, a bullfighting aficionado, is introduced to a promising new bullfighter, Pedro Romero, a 19-year-old with incredible talent. Jake notes Romero's charm and good looks. During the first day of bullfighting, Romero excels. Brett claims she's in love with him. Brett and Romero spend the night together. In the climax of The Sun Also Rises, when Cohn learns of this, he snaps, calling Jake a pimp and knocking him out with a devastating blow. He also attacks Mike and beats Romero nearly senseless, though manly man Romero refuses to stay down. After the fight, Jake finds Cohn lying face down and crying in his hotel room, ashamed of his behavior. In the falling action, the fiesta ends, and that means no more bullfighting or drama within their group. Jake soon receives an urgent telegram from Brett asking him to meet her in Madrid. Romero has left, she says, at her request. She claims he wanted to marry her, but she has never been interested in a domestic life. But she claims she will return to Mike. But she notes that she and Jake could have had a wonderful life together. In the resolution of The Sun Also Rises, Jake bitterly responds, "Yes, isn't it pretty to think so?" rebuffing Brett's idea of a beautiful life.